Okay, so I'm doing a late night little broadcast here of how to prep your nails for applying Jamberry nail wraps. And what I've done already is I've removed one using the flosser method. And what I do is I take an alcohol wipe and I just wipe off the nail, get off all of that that is left over from when you take your nail wrap off. And then you have a clean nail. So then what you're going to do, or if you're starting with clean nails, you don't need to do the alcohol wipe right away. I just did that to clean it off. What you're going to do is you're going to take your cuticle pusher and push down your cuticles. Push around. Make sure you get it all pushed down well. Now, if you have invisible cuticle, what you might want to do is just kind of push and scrape along there. I push mine down regularly, so I really don't have that. But what I'll do then, and let's hope I didn't forget anything. I may have though. What I do then is I take a buffer and I buff it. So you're going to want to go through and do that. I also will take a nail file and file the ends so that everything is pretty smooth. I did these not too long ago, and actually the way I did them, I clipped them so they're pretty much in order. There's no chips or anything like that. So then what you're going to do after you buff and after you file, you're going to want to take the alcohol rub and wipe it off. The reason for that is you're going to want it clean, and you're also not going to want any oil on there. So here comes my my clean nail. So then I have a Jamberry nail heater or wrap heater, but what you can do is you can also use a hair blow dryer, anything really that gives heat off, but that isn't going to burn, isn't going to set anything on fire, or that isn't going to burn you when you get too close to it. So I like the heaters because they're really quick and easy, and you can still use both hands, unlike like a hair dryer. You kind of have to go it one way. So then what I do is I take my sheet of nail wraps, Flannel Friday nail wraps to be precise, and I'm going to, what you can do is you can either take half of this sheet and cut them all in half, and that'll give you what you need, or what I do is I take my orange stick, I go down one side here and just kind of get that up off. I put it about however much I need of it, and then I'm going to cut it. So while I do that here, you can do that there. So I get half of it. I usually have a second orange stick just kind of hanging around, because if I get on the bottom of a wrap, I like to get the other orange stick right on top so that I have it right at the end of the nail wrap for heating purposes and for applying purposes. Then I heat it. Now when I heat it, I'm just going to heat it until it starts curling a little bit. And if you can see that, it's starting to blow up there. So that should be good. I don't need to heat it any more than that. And then I'm going to apply. And I hope that you can see this. I apply as close to the cuticle as I can get it. And then I just kind of lay it on top there. Now what's going to do the work here is I am going to smooth it with my pusher. And smooth it all the way around. And smooth it on this side. Sometimes you have a little bit of gap. Now what happened with me is I'm not used to looking at it this way. So I got it a little bit crooked. So what I'm going to do is I just take it off. I'm going to reheat it just a little bit. And then I'm going to put it on straight, I hope. So forgive me as I'm not looking into the camera here. Just so I can try to get it on straight here. And it's okay if you push it down with your finger. Just don't get your finger on the other side of it. So now we're pushing it down again. And pushing it all the way around with your cuticle pusher. I want to make sure that it's all the way down. There aren't any bubbles, anything else like that. And I have it pretty much like this. So now, unfortunately, my nails aren't this long, so now I'm just going to cut it. Cut a lot of the excess off. Now, what I do is my nails are not very long. What I would do is if my nails were longer, I would take my nail file and go just down like that and nail and file it all away, which is kind of working here. Usually, oops, aren't I the graceful ballerina? Usually what happens is, and this is the reason I like the Jamberry ones, you want to go just down and file. Now if you look at that, you can see that that's starting to break away already. That's what Jamberries do. They don't take a lot. You just file down. I do at a 45-degree angle. Now the reason I do that is I work in the office. I do not want it snagging on anything. I do not want it working up. So now I don't pull or anything on this, but I see where I'm at. And most of it's come off except for just a little bit. So I'm just going to do that a little bit more, and it came right off. So what I do then is I'm just going to heat it up again. And this heater does get a little bit hot. But it's not going to burn you, and it's not going to overheat. The love of Jamberry heaters, they're built not to overheat. They're not going to cause a fire. If you leave it plugged in, which you shouldn't, but if you do for some reason, or you forget, it's not going to start your house on fire. Even if it was left running on, if it gets to a point where it gets too hot, it will shut itself off. So I'm just going all the way around here, and I'm just smoothing it out. So there's my little black flannel nail wrap, just like that. Now, what you can do is you could also, if you have the True Shine kit, you can also top this with gel. Gives it just a little extra something. The Black Friday wraps are a matte style, so to me they're not very shiny. So I do the True Shine to give a little extra, you know, kick on there, and also to make it kind of shiny, because I like shiny stuff. I'm like a squirrel, you know. So that is how you do your nail wraps. Usually I like to apply probably all 4 of them here, so that way they cool down before I file them at all. But that's pretty much it. And I apologize for the late nights. My hair is not looking the best, and I have no Limelight makeup on. So I do apologize for that, but this is how you put a nail wrap on. If you have any other questions, just contact me on my channel. Thanks. Bye.